Hey, morning. Oh, I feel good this morning. It's nice and cool out. If it looks like I'm sad, it's just because my eyes won't quit running. I don't know what's going on this morning, but they're just tearing and tearing and tearing constantly. Well, I think I'm gonna have to cut this short because I got a long climb, or a big steep climb here. But anyway, I stayed at the shelter last night and stayed in the shelter. And I had a great time talking to this guy, Trey, who's been coming out for 11 years doing sections of the trail. And he's made it from Georgia up to here so far. So, man, he seems like he's kind of losing his willpower or his will to do it. But we had some really good talks. And then a few other guys stopped by and talked for a little while too before we went to bed. So it was good, but I actually stayed in the shelter, which I don't usually do, you know. But oh, it was nice, had bunks in it, and it was so convenient, so I just stayed right there. And that's about it. I've got a little extra miles to do today just because of how Massachusetts is set up. You know, there aren't very many places you can camp and stay and stuff. So I either can go like 12 miles or 22 miles. So I'm going 22 miles for sure, one way or the other. And so I wanted to get a real early start. One of the guys was kind of noisy last night, and kept waking up from him. And anyway, I woke up at 4:30 and I could not get back to sleep, so I thought I was going to get up. Then all of a sudden I woke up, it was 6:15. So I'm getting a little later start. I don't even know what time it is, probably about 7 o'clock. But it'll be fine. I mean, I'll get in, early actually into camp probably, but I still wanted to get up earlier and just do as many miles as I could before it got warm. So I think I'm just telling you a lot of stuff I've already said on previous days. So anyway, I'm gonna get hiking. Hopefully have a really good day today. Bye. All right, Trey, I'm just getting to the Wilcox North Shelter today. I think this is where you're headed. So I hope you made it safe and sound. And I hope that you had a lot better hiking day today than yesterday. It looks like you're gonna get there with no rain. Pretty cool temperatures, so hopefully that'll help out. And just good luck with everything. Good luck with your hike out tomorrow and your trip home. Keep me posted on what you're doing. So I've been hiking along here, just kind of thinking about my body and everything, and how this year's a little different than last year. For some reason, my quads, maybe my glutes, seem to not be quite as in shape, or just having a lot harder time on the climbs, where I'm actually having to like step up continuously. That's what's really wearing me out and slowing me down, and that's what really killed me in New York, just so much of that. But anyway, so not really sure why that is. My lungs seem to be maybe a little more, maybe holding me back just a little bit more. I mean, I've just been congested a lot out here, which I haven't really experienced in the past. The rest of me feels pretty much about the same, I guess. My feet actually don't, they still hurt all the time, but they don't seem to hurt nearly as much as they did last year at this point. I mean, I'm sure that will get worse. I'm only a third of the way through these 2 months, but they seem to be a lot better. I'm not really sure why. Maybe because I did a lot more hiking before I came out here or something. But anyway, so kind of oddly, things are just a little different. It feels like some of what's stronger and what's weaker. But I sure can do more miles faster, than I was able to last year. I think that one's pretty obvious just because I did a bunch of training at home this time, more than the last couple times. So anyway, this turned out to be a nice day so far. The sun's come out, but I've been pretty much under the canopy most of the day, so it hasn't been an issue. And it's pretty cool. It's been a slight breeze all day. No rain yet, hopefully not. And let's just hope it holds out. I'm thinking a little bit more and thinking more about my gear this time. A couple things I did different this year, nothing too major. Well, anyway, my definitely have a different shirt, right? You maybe have noticed I'm wearing like this collar button-up shirt, short sleeve thing. It's vented in the back and everything. I wore this, I got this solely because I was so hot last year and I couldn't really figure out how to get any cooler, So I thought being able to unbutton this shirt would help. And it has been awesome. I mean, I imagine I'll probably hike in something like this forever now. When it really gets hot, I could unbutton it all the way, which I haven't even done yet. I haven't really needed to, but a lot of times I'll unbutton the top couple of buttons and the bottom couple. Kind of pull the shirt out a little so that it's really open. There's venting getting through all the way from the bottom to the top, and it really makes a big difference. So I've loved that. It's just been a lifesaver. One thing I tried, I've always worn a little bit longer hiker socks, and they're generally called, I think, hiker socks, meaning they're kind of this, they come up part way on your leg, maybe up here or so. I don't know if you could see that, but anyway. But I'm wearing these short mid socks now, and I actually brought a pair of each. And I now, for the first time, understand why hikers swear by wearing the little low gaiters. I am sure it's because they're wearing these low socks, and all sorts of stuff ends up in my socks. Mud and dirt and rocks and things, everything. So I do not wear these short socks. I'll show them to you again if you can see that. I really do not wear these at all now out here unless my other socks happen to be wet. I've just learned, I hate these. I will not wear these hiking again in a place like this. Maybe if I was just going out for a day hike on some gravel or something, I don't know, but just all sorts of stuff ends up in my shoes and in my socks. So I will be wearing my longer socks tomorrow, and from that point on I will, unless it happens to be rainy out or my socks are wet. What else? That's all. That's it as far as my clothing. I think. I already talked to you about the shoes. Just the Ultra 5s, which are a little bit different, and I really like them. So yeah, that's it. Maybe I'm bored today and just thinking a lot, but I just was thinking some more. And I realized that right back there at the Wilcox shelter, I had reached 350 miles that I've hiked this year. And the only reason that matters is because that's the same amount of miles that I hiked in 2019 when I came out for a month. So, it's just kind of a milestone. It's like, wow, it seemed like I was out here so long. I was out for a full 4 weeks. We did 350 miles, and it seemed like the length, of a trip of a lifetime as far as length went. And now I've done that 350 miles this year in like 19 and a half days. So I guess first of all, I'm just moving a lot faster, than I used to. That's a good thing. Probably in better shape and just know what I'm doing more. But also, I guess, you know, since I've only been out here 19 and a half days, this is only part of day 20 here. You know, it just doesn't seem quite as long. Anyway, that was interesting to me. I really have no idea what the temperature is, and I don't want to use my phone to figure it out because I'm running really low on battery. And I have no idea where I'm going to charge next. But anyway, I stopped back there, get some water, and sat for probably a decent amount of time, 15 minutes or something, just figuring things out, cleaning out my shoes since I'm wearing these short socks, and or cleaning out my socks. And anyway, I got chilly, like really chilly. So I just started again, and I got to keep moving. But man, it's really cooled off a lot, and you know I love that. I mean, that means I'm not going to be overheating, and I can keep moving fast and stuff. So that's good. Today I'll be doing around 21 and a half, 22 miles, something like that, because that's where the place is that I can go to. You know, I could either do like 10 miles today, 22, or 30. Those are my options. So it's really too bad because I feel good today. I kind of was thinking maybe I'd like to push the miles just a little bit, but yeah, not gonna happen. So anyway, that's my plan. All right, that's where I'm heading. Goose Pond Cabin, 9.5 miles. Whew. There's a good wind going. Okay, so the trail came out right behind that car up there. So I came out, had no idea this was here, but you look down the road and you see this thing that says trail stand. Fresh eggs and whatever. So anyway, I walked down, and it's just like an honor system thing. They've got some snacks up there, not a lot, but you know, some Pop-Tarts, a few chips. Doubt there's, oh my gosh, popsicles in there. There's sodas and things. So anyway, you can buy what you want, leave your money in there, and do your thing. So I think I'm gonna get a quick snack. Wow, amazing! Just right out here, this kind of modern barn-looking house. So very, very cool. I think this is on Jerusalem Road, getting close to Tyringham, Massachusetts. All right, what an awesome idea. I had some Fritos and Skittles and a root beer. And it feels good. I'm ready to go. They even had a water in there if you needed it, like fresh water. They have a Venmo. They have a Venmo account listed in there, so in case you don't have cash, you can just, you know, Venmo them the money. And so, pretty awesome deal. Anyway, all right. If you remember when I was down at the trail stand, I took a shot up here and said, you know, there's a car up here, and that's where I came out on the trail. Well, now there's a different car here. When I was sitting down there eating, these people in the white car drove up and pulled their backpacking gear out, threw it in the back of the other car, and they took off. So I'm assuming that they are going to, you know, hike a section. So probably their getaway driver took them to the next, you know, road somewhere to drop them off so they can hike back to their car over the course of, you know, 1 or 2 days or a week or whatever they decide. So, all right, Upper Goose Pond Cabin, 8.1 miles away. Here I come. I think I forgot to mention they even had a charging station inside there, you know, since they obviously have electricity set up for the refrigerator and cold drinks and sodas and popsicles and stuff. They just had a little power strip in there so you could charge your stuff. So I wasn't there very long, but I was able to put at least a little bit of a charge, maybe another 20% on my phone and a little bit of a charge on my backup battery. So it might get me by for another, you know, day or two of just real minimal use. So wow, that's so awesome. Yeah, just don't expect that out in the middle of here, you know, just crossing the road in the middle of what you think is nowhere. Beautiful. Okay, I've got a big killer climb coming up here. I think it's at least 1,000 feet. And that should be the last like killer thing I have to do before, you know, for the next 7 miles till I get to the Upper Goose Pond cabin. You know, some little climbs and things here and there, but got to use all that sugar I have in me, get me through this bit. These two squirrels were running away from this other squirrel and playing hide and seek. Now they sheesh. Okay. Must be a lot of trails intersecting at this tree. Blazes of all kinds. Well, I think I'm just over a mile from the trail turnoff to Upper Goose Pond cabin, where I will be staying tonight. I'm expecting there to be quite a few people there, only because there were a lot of people behind me this morning who were saying they were going to be there. Although I have not seen a soul all day. Till just a few minutes ago, I passed a couple of guys who have to be heading there because there's nowhere else to go, you know, unless they're hiking another, you know, 11 miles from here. So there's no way anyway. So yeah, it should be interesting. The cabin is usually open this time of year. And there's some kind of caretaker there that, you know, whatever, brings up bottled water and kind of takes care of the place and whatever. And I guess you can stay in the cabin usually, but I believe that the cabin's all closed up now, and I don't know why. You know, maybe it's like still COVID related, even though that's like, you know, a year and a half ago when that happened. But yeah, I think what's going to happen is we're all going to get there and it's going to be closed, and that's okay, because if you're there when it's closed, you can still tent outside, or you can sleep on the deck, the porch, I guess, whatever. So we'll just have to see when we get there. Oh, and what else? Well, there's a pond, obviously, and apparently there's a canoe. Now, again, maybe that's all put up, you know, now since it's not open or something. But generally, I think it's kind of tradition. People will jump in the canoe and, you know, paddle around the pond just a little bit. So that'd be fun if it's there. We will see. I'll put that picture in later so you can see. You can read it if you're interested at the end of the video. All right, I am here. This is the only place allowed to camp within about 10 miles of here. So I'll take my turn off. Remember when I come out here tomorrow to go left. And half mile I'll be there. Well, this is good. There are decks here that you have to set your tent upon, so I've got a bunch of rocks since mine's not a freestanding tent. I'll have to rig that up. I'll see if I remember to show you that later. And then there's a bear box through there. I don't know if you can see it very well, but just right through the trees, there's a picnic table back there so I can sit at to eat, and yeah, this will be a nice little setup. So I'm gonna get it all together. So I wouldn't say this is the best setup ever, but you can see down at the bottom, I was just able to bring these straps through and just put a stake under here in between the boards to kind of hold them on both of those. Then this, which normally just goes into the ground, you know, at regular height, and then this thing just stakes into the ground. I just tied it around this tree branch and put another stake through there just to hold it. I mean, that's not going to hold up in like a life or death storm, but it'll hold tonight. This one is the most precarious. I had to like, it has a lot of pressure on this one, so I had to hammer that stake in, which they're not meant to be hammered. And you can see I messed up the top of it, but it'll be fine. Just really that rock isn't doing anything other than just holding the strap down so it doesn't slide up the stake. So hopefully that's gonna hold all right. And then on these other three corners, I literally just put, you can kind of see there, I just put a stake through, you know, put it through the little loop that was there at the end of the tent and just set a rock on it in such a way that it, you know, weights down the stake. So I just did the same thing there. And I'm not going to worry about these guy lines. If I needed to, I could maybe tie them off to the tree or something, but I don't need to worry about them. So I think that'll hold up. We're not expecting storms or anything tonight, so I'll survive. Well, I walked up to the cabin and it's all closed and there's no canoe and there's no nothing really. So anyway, I just came back. I'm gonna hang out here and get a couple things done and get to bed early. A long day tomorrow. I'm trying to figure it out, but there's a big, long flat section, really flat. I don't know if it's road walking or what, but it makes me think I might be able to get to this campsite that's like 26 miles. So I don't know. I'm gonna look at it closer and we'll see. See you tomorrow.